welcome to our English news edition, the top stories. The performance of the railway is consistent with our forecasts, said the finance minister in an interview granted us. In regional news, the BRICS summit in Johannesburg finding an answer to the trade war. Thank you for joining us in our newsroom. In an interview conducted on national television, the Minister of Economy and Finances, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Douali, has explained that the activities of the railway are going well since the start of the commercial line. In this statement, the Minister of Economy and Finances said, first of all, let me discuss the good news that Djiboutians went on holiday in this summer period by a train and in large numbers. On the 4 days of our national holiday, there were every 1,000 passengers in Djibouti. There is also our daily freight train from Djibouti, and the train has doubled, and we have great ambitions to do our best, he said. With regard to the basic infrastructure plan, there are devices that have not been developed and which will be completed before the end of this year, as we hope, continued the finance minister. The rail link at the multi-service spur of the Raleigh has not yet been processed, and the minister explained that all work is proceeding as planned, and we will continue efforts to complete it in work in progress. We will achieve our goals of making Djibouti an important economic center, he concluded. A delegation of experts from the Interpol has been received yesterday by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed. This delegation is staying in Djibouti as part of the strengthening of partnership and cooperation between Djibouti and Interpol. They were introduced by Director of National Police, Colonel Abdullahi Abdi, and the Interpol expert delegation took part in the morning before meeting the Minister of Interior, a training workshop for the benefit of national police officers which took place at Kempisi. And exactly, this is a 3-day work on the program for the mission of the Interpol Network Sub-Director, and this work which will last for 3 days, so the participation of the National Police Chief, Colonel Abdullahi Abdi, and representative of Interpol and high ranks of the National Police. The purpose of this work was to establish a program for the mission of the Interpol Network Sub-Director. The General Directorate of the National Police has initiated a series of training for the forces of the judiciary and security of our country, which are called to integrate the necessary knowledge to the agents of the Djibouti law in the fight against cybercrime, tax frauds, the financing of terrorism and corruption. Continuing with the national news, Lieutenant General Zakaria Shah Ibrahim, Chief of the General Staff of the Army Forces, received today the General Staff of the Army's Brigadier General James Gregg, a new Commander-in-Chief of the Joint Multinational Force Horn of Africa. General James was accompanied by his military attaché, his advisor, and 2 other members of his cabinet. On the Djiboutian side, the delegation was composed of Major General Osman Nour Soubakli, Chief of the Defense Staff, Major General Hassan Ali Kamil, and Colonel Mohammed Al-Mihabani, head of the AD Operations Division. In his interview, the Lieutenant General Zakaria Shah Ibrahim welcomed General James Gregg with his first courtesy visit by the Commander-in-Chief in Djibouti aims to establish the first contact with the Djiboutian Military Command. For his part, General James Gregg was delighted with the honor reserved for him and was honored to have met General Zakaria. He added that this first visit laid the groundwork for the greater collaboration. Let's bear in mind that Djibouti and the United States maintain excellent fraternal relations. Djibouti was one of the first states to offer help to the United States since the deadly attacks of September 11, 2011, which killed more than 8,000 civilians. It's also in Djibouti that the largest American military base in Africa resides, fruit of a privileged relationship. Under the chairmanship of the head of the Djiboutian delegation of the pilgrimage, Mr. Ilmi Nour Chama, the Hajj committee held a meeting at its headquarters in Mecca on the preparations to welcome Djiboutian pilgrims 2018 in the best conditions. This session was attended by the Consul General of the Djibouti Embassy in Jeddah, Mr. Ali Moussemiad, and the Deputy Chief of the Mission, Mr. Osman Farah. The various chairmen of the Hajj Pilgrimage Committee attended the meeting. The leaders discussed the missions of the various committees responsible for providing services to Djiboutian pilgrims and provided explanations on the progress made in this area, notably the services, the transport and medical committee. In this regard, all the conditions for the success of the 2018 pilgrimage are in place, where housing is already available in the various committees. Since the advent of the polyclinics, there has been a marked improvement in attendance at health facilities, especially for prenatal consultations such as the Farahat Polyclinic in Blas Commune, established in all health facilities of the Ministry of Health. Prenatal consultation is a medical surveillance that is done when the woman is waiting for a child. Consultation is very important for the mother and child, as it helps to diagnose the diseases that await the mother and her child. These quarterly medical follow-ups are intended to help the pregnant woman take care of the fetus and assist it throughout her pregnancy until delivery. Through prenatal consultations, pregnant women receive preventive and curative care, as well as advice on diet and prevention of anemia. It is also an opportunity for blood work, including HIV testing, to prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV. The monitoring of pregnant women is provided free of charge by midwives trained at the level of health facilities, because a child healthy in a healthy body is a bone invaluable for the whole family. And in an interview, the director of the center, Dr. Farah, said that the department, through the maternal child health directorate, recommends that all pregnant women take advantage of the health services provided to them in all health facilities of the country. The youth outing, a way to facilitate social integration within a group, and even better, the meeting with other peers. It is in this sense that 20 young people from District 2 took yesterday afternoon the road to the White City, known for its history and its tourism potential. After a 2-hour bus ride, the youth enjoyed the scenery and the comfort of the climate offered by the Tadjoura region. That's how they crossed the many localities on the road Djibouti-Tadjoura through the localities Waa, PK51, Karta and the village of the Lake Assal. They continued through the entire course, passing Segalu, Kalaf and PK9 before reaching to the White City of Tadjoura, where they were warmly welcomed. This outing was facilitated by the collaboration of 2 community centers with the support of the Secretariat of State for Youth and Sports. This outing aims to, above all, to bring young people together to exchange values and instill in them the notion of patriotism. The Djibouti Office for Geothermal Energy Development, ODEC, is a public administrative institution with a legal personality and financial autonomy, ensuring various missions, and this new institution is placed under the Presidency of the Republic. Its main missions are to study, explore and exploit geothermal energy. It was created in 2014 by the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh. The Djibouti Office for Geothermal Energy Development, ODEC, is located at PK20. This geothermal office is composed of several geosciences departments, namely the geophysical department, geochemistry, geology, and several laboratories. Several engineers and technicians are trained in better mutual knowledge, facilitate exchanges and coordination in order to successively develop geothermal energy in Djibouti under the best conditions of success at the technical, economic, and social levels. It should be recalled that this project was closely followed by the head of state, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, who spared no efforts in the development of clean and renewable energies of the country, and whose geothermal energy occupies a decisive place. The ODEC already manages the exploration of geothermal energy at several sites on the Lake Assal, like the Gelale Koma site, where the drilling was started 2 years ago. It also provides its assistance and its expertise for the launch of geothermal exploration on the Fiale site this month. And now moving on to the international news, trade war risks to dominate BRICS summit in South Africa. More with Hindi Ibrahim.
Leaders of the BRIC emerging economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa will meet in Johannesburg this week with the threat of a worsening global trade war topping the agenda. U.S. President Donald Trump's handling stance has accompanied the fears of an all-out trade war after the sleepless levies on goods from China worth tens of billions of dollars, as well as a tariff on steel and aluminum from the European Union, Canada and Mexico. Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the annual 3-day summit opening in Johannesburg on Wednesday.
Cameroon cities of Douala, Lambe hit by floods. More in this video.
Media portals in Cameroon are reporting of floods in parts of the country. On Tuesday, the city of Lambe in the country's southwest was hit by floods, whilst in Douala, the country's largest city and economic capital located in the littoral region, heavy rains accompanied by landslides are said to have left scars stranded.
Macron breaks his silence on Benalla affair and the backstops with me, said. More in this video.
But Macron said he felt betrayal over the actions of his now-far aide Alexandre Benalla, who faces charges of assault and impersonating a police officer. If they are looking for the accountable person, he is in front of you, Macron said, according to a recording of the meeting obtained by AVP. The only person responsible for this effort is me and me alone. I am the one who trusts Alexandre Benalla. He added that Benalla had been supported during his campaign and loyal employee, but that the act when me were serious and have been a disappointment for me, a betrayal. The 4-year-old president also insisted that no one has ever been protected from facing the rules and laws of the country.
And that's all for this news. Thank you for joining us on RTD channel and have a good night.